Hey, are you thinking about moving to Chesapeake? In this video, I'm gonna talk about the Greenbrier area, and I'm gonna tell you why I love this area and you may wanna consider moving to Greenbrier. We're gonna start right now. Greenbrier is located in the heart of Chesapeake. It's approximately 22.7 square miles. It consists of a lot of residential neighborhoods and a lot of commercial businesses as well. Greenbrier was established all the way back in 1916, and it began with the historic Greenbrier Farms. Greenbrier Farms began as a nursery and then it evolved into a family-friendly destination. People do their weddings there, they host different events there. They have a pumpkin patch and some Halloween festivities around the fall, and throughout the season they have different activities going on there. In fact, if you're visiting this area, I recommend checking out Greenbrier Farms. What started as a farm has now evolved into a more urban area. In fact, when it comes to Chesapeake, Greenbrier and Summit Pointe will give you the most city-like vibe out of anywhere else in Chesapeake. Many parts of Chesapeake are gonna feel like you're living in the suburbs, whereas Greenbrier and the Summit Pointe area will make you feel like you're living in more of a city. Just to put it in perspective on the map, Greenbrier is right over here, and it's really separated into two sections. We have Greenbrier East and Greenbrier West. On Greenbrier East, you're gonna find more commercial development, more of the restaurants, the Greenbrier Mall, which is shutting down. We'll talk more about that. The Greenbrier West area is gonna have more residential homes and neighborhoods. As you can see, Greenbrier is located so close to the freeway, allowing us access to get anywhere very quickly. I live in Greenbrier, so I'm biased when I say this is the best location in Hampton Roads. I say that mostly because I travel around to different areas. If you're stationed at the Norfolk Naval Station, or maybe up here in Little Creek, or over at Oceana, or you're even over here in Suffolk, maybe at the Joint Staff, no matter where you work or you're stationed, you're going to have close access within 20 minutes if you live in Greenbrier. It's even about 25-30 minutes away from the North Carolina border. Being this close to the freeway allows me quick access to the beach faster than if I lived in certain parts of Virginia Beach. Obviously, depends on where you live, but let's just say I lived here in Glenwood. I could drive to the beach faster living in Chesapeake and Greenbrier than I could from Glenwood, because you have to go through so many traffic lights. By the time you get there, I would have already arrived 5 or 10 minutes before you, just because I'm right next to the freeway. For school districts, you'll find the Greenbrier Elementary, the Greenbrier Middle School, and for high school, people are often gonna go to either Indian River or Oscar Smith. If you like more information about schools and you want to research more about schools, check out greatschools.org or schooldigger.com. If you want to learn about crime in the area, and this applies really to any city, any area, check out mylocalcrime.com or crimemapping.com. Or you can, of course, check on the city website or the police website. If you are interested in real estate in the Greenbrier area, make sure to watch to the end of this video. I'm going to show you a couple homes that I've recently sold in the area, and I'm going to highlight a few really nice neighborhoods that you may want to consider. There are multiple shopping centers throughout Greenbrier. You're going to find a Best Buy, a Target, TJ Maxx, Ross Dress for Less, Hobby Lobby. Pretty much has all the shopping, except, like I said, the Greenbrier Mall is shutting down. From what I last heard, it was supposed to be auctioned off in February of 2025, and I'm not sure yet the outcome of that. I suspect when they shut it down, they're probably gonna rebuild it into something more similar to a town center or a Summit Pointe. They're currently in the process of doing something similar out in the western branch of Chesapeake at the Chesapeake Square Mall. Greenbrier also has some really good restaurants. Sakura is one of my favorite sushi spots. It's all you can eat, and the service is phenomenal, but they also know me pretty well. Another good spot is Cava. Cava stands for California, Virginia, C-A-V-A, because Cava was actually founded in California and Virginia. Now you'll find it throughout the whole country. This is a Mediterranean restaurant. It is delicious and pretty healthy. Another local favorite is Winston's. This is a little hidden gem. It's like a little small bar slash restaurant. The food is phenomenal, and I recommend the Gary salad. I know Gary, and I don't know how he pulled it off, but he has his own salad on this menu. Outside of shopping and eating at restaurants, we also have a few really good parks nearby here in Greenbrier. The Chesapeake City Park is located right off of Greenbrier Parkway, and it has about 90 acres. There's 2 different dog parks. One of them's public, and then the other one you have to have a membership for. In other words, you have to show paperwork that your dog has been vaccinated. They also have events at this park sometimes. Every weekend they have a farmer's market. Also, there's Oak Grove Park, which has a nice 1.5 mile loop around a lake. It's beautiful. And there's the Chesapeake Arboretum, which is about 48 acres of woods and wildlife to walk through. Outside of that, you're pretty close to the beach. You're pretty close to downtown Norfolk. There's a lot to do within 15, 25 minutes away. For nightlife, we have the Eagle's Nest. People will actually come to the Eagle's Nest from other cities, even from Virginia Beach, because it's poppin'. At the Eagle's Nest, you'll find a lot of diversity and different genres of music. Outside, they have a tiki bar set up, and they usually have live music. Usually a band, it's usually gonna be rock music, and it's usually pretty good. And then when you walk in the door, you'll hear nothing but hip hop booming. The dance floor is pretty crowded when you get in there. If you walk through there and you go to the other main part of Eagle's Nest, you'll find it to be a little more country vibe, where they're doing more line dancing. Then they have cornhole and different activities going on outside too. When it comes to nightlife in the entire city of Chesapeake, Eagle's Nest is where it's at, and that is located in Greenbrier. Another part of Greenbrier that has to be mentioned here is the Summit Pointe area. This could be considered outside of Greenbrier. I would say it borders Greenbrier. Some people consider it to be part of Greenbrier. Either way, it is a beautiful development with about 500,000 square feet of retail space. They have several luxury apartments. It's basically became the new downtown area in Chesapeake. The area I would compare it to is the town center area. And if you want to learn more about town center, check out this video I made about the town center. You're not gonna find a home or an apartment to purchase, it's just rental properties. But throughout the Greenbrier area, there are plenty of options to purchase a home, or a townhouse, or a condo. Right off of Eden Way, there are several neighborhoods that are next to each other that are all part of the same association. There's a lot of walking trails and lakes throughout the association community, all shared by each neighborhood. Elijah loves going on walks in the Greenbrier area around the lakes, and it seems like oftentimes there's no one else around us, so I can even unleash him and let him run around a little bit, which I think is against the rules, so don't tell anybody. Sometimes I see wildlife and different birds and things around the lake. You could find a single family home within one of these neighborhoods for approximately $400,000. Here's a home I sold recently in Greenbrier for right around $400,000, and it did have multiple offers, which is not totally uncommon for Greenbrier. It's a very desirable area. We staged this one and we had really good results. The sellers were doing cartwheels down the street actually afterwards. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house and has about less than 2,000 square feet, pretty close to 2,000 square feet. The yard is small. A lot of the yards in this neighborhood are fairly small. So if you have several dogs, that may not be ideal for you, but it does have adequate space for a dog or two. Here's a view from above. This is actually the neighbor's house that I sold, same street. You could see all those lakes and those walking trails from this angle. And you could see this unit was very similar to the one I just showed you. It's the same exact floor plan, and it's sold for right around the same price. There are several neighborhoods that are next to each other. Like you have Logan's Mill I just showed you, which is right next to Cypress Place. And all these neighborhoods are around the same price. You're gonna find close to the median sales price in these neighborhoods. Also in the same community, you will find some attached townhouses. These homes usually are selling in the mid 200s. It depends on the condition and the size. A lot of them only have 2 bedrooms. Most of them though seem to be 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. They're all connected in the same association, and the association fee is about $24 a month. There are a few other neighborhoods though I must mention that are a little higher in the price range, starting with Greystone. This is an upscale neighborhood that started being built around 2002. There's about 180 homes roughly in that neighborhood. They're all situated on pretty big lots too, around a third of an acre. And they're selling currently for the mid to upper 700,000s. Obviously, when I talk about pricing in this video, depending on when you're watching it, all that can change. It still gives you a rough idea. The median sales price is right around 450,000. Just to put that in perspective, Greystone is higher than our median sales price. Greystone sits on about 86 acres, located about 5 minutes from the Chesapeake General Hospital. The other community I must mention is Emerald Greens. I love this community. I love that it's a golf course community. The Greenbrier Country Club golf course runs through this neighborhood. The Greenbrier Country Club is a private golf course, so it's not open to the public. You'll find several different shapes and sizes of homes in Emerald Greens, ranging from mid-upper 800,000 to over $1 million. Another neighborhood definitely worth mentioning is located right next to Emerald Greens, and that's Emerald Forest. This is a smaller community, less than 100 homes. And a lot of them are around the water. They have like a pond or a little lake inside the neighborhood. You'll find some very custom built homes in this community. There's one home in particular that's super modern. It is built very well. The curb appeal is beautiful on this property and all the properties in this community. It's a hard community to find homes available in because people don't often move. So we're not seeing a whole lot of homes sell in Emerald Forest, and that's partially because there's only 100 homes total. The properties we see sell in Emerald Forest are usually right around the mid 900s. It's not uncommon to find something over $1 million or closer to 1.1 million in Emerald Forest. These are both very beautiful neighborhoods. There are so many neighborhoods in Greenbrier. There are too many neighborhoods in Greenbrier to mention them all. If you have any questions about Greenbrier or any area within Hampton Roads, let me know in the comments or feel free to reach out to me direct. I am here for you as a resource.